Kelly from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, March 21st. So we have the moon in Leo all day, again, trying to get us heart aligned, trying to get us kind of in touch with this new vibration, this new frequency of this new identity, bringing forth new wants, new needs, new desires to pursue some changes, a new path, a new direction that, of course, is going to lead us into a different soul mission, different soul quest. Now, there is a little bit of energy taking place here today that's going to help us out, going to help kind of ground us out, make us feel a little bit more, I'm going to say, anchored into the present moment. It's very stabilizing. And I think at this particular juncture, especially jumping into a brand new cycle, jumping into brand new energies, it's good for us to kind of, get a grip, to get anchored in so that we can take a good look around at our physical realms, take a good look within ourselves, really start piecing together where it is that we're feeling safe and secure, what is working, what we do feel good about, and of course, anchoring into that energy, now shifting to see where it is that we could do better, what it is that we could do better, and of course, really contemplate some of those changes, some of those adjustments. Today is the very last day that Mars, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires, will be in Aquarius energy. So nearing the final degrees. And of course, that brings a lot of pressure. That brings some intensity. But of course, Aquarius energy being a fixed sign, definitely going to put us in a situation to realize where it is that we have to kind of get our bearings, kind of anchor in order to actually see where a path, a plan, a strategy is forming and what it is that we want to take action upon now. So of course, there is an astro forecast out for your listening pleasure on what Mars moving into Pisces energy is going to be all about. And if you haven't downloaded your Aries season e-guide as of yet, I'm going to recommend you do that and flip to the page where we're going to capture the energy as we come into this particular transit. So there are 8 different aspects taking place here today. 6 of them are going to involve the moon. The moon in this Leo energy going to kick the day off in a great way with a trine, beautiful interaction with first Chiron, the wounded healer, and then Mercury, ruler of the mental plane. Now, yesterday, we just kicked off of this new conjunction between Mercury and Chiron. Again, kind of rewriting our pain and trauma story and how we connect that particular, let's call it timeline, storyline, to our identity. We are reframing it, definitely reframing a narrative around it, trying to take that pain and turn it into power. The moon trining with Chiron, of course, is fire on fire energy. So again, really anchoring into this new version of self, the new wants, needs, and desires coming with this version of self, and our ability to see where it is that we have grown, where it is that we have healed, where it is that we have repaired certain aspects within ourselves that had us kind of more comfortable playing in the shadows. The moon in Leo is encouraging us to be bold and brave and courageous enough to not only step out in the spotlight, not only want to kind of share our experiences with the world around us, but to really be proud of all it is that we've overcome and what it is that we're still growing through. That interaction with Mercury, following that interaction with Chiron, again, is fire on fire energy. The moon is our heart space, Mercury is our head space, and we're on the same page. We're realizing where it is that this new version of self needs a new inner dialogue, needs a little bit of a push in the right direction. We're tapping into, again, the boldness, the bravery, the courage of the moon in Leo, and we are shifting our mental plane, our perspective, our inner dialogue, our inner narrative to something more powerful, something more encouraging, something that actually restores this passion, this excitement, this inspiration, this motivation to kind of want to do better, to push our boundaries of our comfort zone and really see where it is that there is a brand new potential for us now that we are getting the heart and head aligned. Now we are going to take a little bit of a dip into a tougher energy. The moon is going to get into the boxing ring, square off with Uranus, the great awakener, in this Taurus energy. So The Leo energy and the Taurus energy, they're both fixed signs. Again, kind of lending us the ability to ground, to anchor into the present moment. But this is a square. There needs to be a tension, a conflict within us be highlighted. Here's the deal. Uranus, who is the great awakener, who does want us to change and adjust and open up our mind and our heart space to doing things differently and adopting new methods and making the proper adjustments, changes, transformations in our physical realm to mirror back what it is that we have already arrived at in our inner realm. There is a certain energy where, because this is a square, because we are in this tension-filled energy, we are not seeing things as clearly as we would like. We're kind of overwhelming ourselves with all these questions. Where do I go now? How do I get there? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I being called to pursue? We're kind of letting our, let's call it ego intellect, get the best of us. We're running away from ourselves, running away from the heart space, running away from the visual. And this is going to highlight for us where it is that we're not feeling as well equipped or prepared in this particular moment to make the kind of big changes that we know that we need to make, that we've been trying to percolate on and build ourselves up to. We're just not ready for that right now. We're not prepared for that right now because of this fixed energy that, again, tends to resist these changes. We don't really want to think about the changes, the adjustments, the transformations, as much as we want to think about kind of gaining our bearings, grounding, anchoring into this present moment, focusing on what looks good, what feels good, what is providing us with safety, security, and stability before we go ahead and start changing the environment around us. The moon is then going to make a positive interaction with Neptune in its place of power in this Pisces energy. This is going to bring us out of the funk, out of that tension, out of that conflict, remind us what it is that is exciting us, is inspiring us to make these changes, to want to bust out, to want to stand in our truth, to want to share our experiences, to want to push ourselves forward in a new path, in a new direction. We are definitely tapping into our intuition. We are going to be receiving little glimpses, little visions of the goal, of the path, of the plan that we are now wanting to actually initiate upon. 3:58 p.m., again, Eastern Standard Time, we have the sun fresh in this Aries energy, sextiling, beautiful interaction with Pluto, the great transformer himself, in this Aquarius energy. So this is renewal energy at its finest. Again, Pluto, great transformer. We have gone through the darkness, again, closing out the old calendar, Pisces season in its entirety. And we are now kind of being downloaded with new ideas, with new visions, with new goals, with new dreams. And this is when the renewal, the recalibration, the realignment is successfully completed to a certain degree. This is us kind of getting a pep back in our step, especially where our soul and our spirit is concerned. We want more meaning. We want more purpose in our lives, and we are feeling slowly but surely strong enough to do what we have to do in order to actually chase it. There is a renewal in our determination. We have new goals, therefore recognizing a new level of ambition, and we're realizing where it is that we are now having to dedicate our time, our energy, our attention to making the major adjustments in our physical realm that, of course, is going to kind of clear the path for us to get from where it is that we're at to where it is that we desire to be. We definitely want to grow. We definitely want to improve. We definitely want to evolve. And we are becoming a little bit more clear on what our personal goals actually are. So this is going to kind of give us a little bit more insight, give us more clarity, give us more, I'm going to say, of an in-depth look at where it is that we are building in our power. And that is a beautiful thing. Now hold on to that, because 7:10 p.m. we had Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money, in this Pisces energy, coming up, bumping into, teaming up with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, also in this Pisces energy. So this is a reality check, probably a little bit of a harsh reality check, especially where our emotions are concerned. Now, yes, this is going to bring clarity. but it's probably not going to bring clarity as in the light and fluffy kind of way. We are really recognizing our attachments to the world around us, to people around us. We're recognizing where some old emotion still coming up to the surface for acknowledgement. Again, Venus in this Pisces energy, she is having to go through the purge, the breakdown, if you will, before she starts a brand new cycle. So especially where relationship dynamics are concerned and our finances are concerned, we are going to get hit with a certain level of truth that's going to put us onto a different path. This is going to kind of put us in a situation to realize where it is that we have to boss up and buckle down in order to actually create a different outcome. And this is kind of like us being the better version of self, let's say. This is us being our most evolved, most mature version of self in order for us to realize that, yeah, we do have dreams, again, Pisces energy, but at the same time, we have to very much stay rooted here in the physical realm if we want to bring some of these goals and visions and dreams to life. So there is this sense of us needing to come back down to earth a little bit in order for us to kind of plan how it is that we're going to start building towards this new goal, this new vision, this new dream. Things are likely going to get rocky in relationship dynamics. Heads up, we're about to enter into eclipse season that, again, between the Libra and Aries energy, going to dissolve the relationships that are not meant for us, that are not strong enough to kind of, stand the test of times. We are going to be illuminated to the relationship dynamics that we have to kind of double down on, make a further commitment in, if it is supporting us in all the right ways. And we do have the potential over the next little bit to watch new people enter into our life, give us a mirror back image of where it is that we're currently at in our healing journey due to the kind of energy that they're bringing forth. And, this is all divinely scripted. Eclipse season is a wackadoodle time. It's karmically driven to either weed out what isn't for us or usher in what is meant for us. So this is kind of setting the stage, if you will, on where it is that there's going to be some further adjustments in our relationship dynamics and in our heart space. The moon in Leo energy, going to make a positive interaction with the sun in Aries energy. And again, this is fire on fire action. I love this because, again, the moon and the sun coming together, there's a new emotional awareness, a new aha moment. What we want, what we need, what we desire, what we deserve, what we want to build, what we want to create, what we want to bring into life and bring into form. The moon in Leo energy, again, helping us build in our self-confidence and our self-esteem, tapping into levels of boldness and bravery and courage that we're going to need in order to start something new. Again, the sun shining a bright light in this Aries energy where there's a new life force energy that now wants to be expressed, a new level of spark, of fire, of passion, of flame that now wants to be acted upon. So this is a positive revelation in all the best kind of ways on where it is that there is a new fire burning within us and that there is a new focus that we now want to pour this creative energy into. The last thing that we have going on here today is the moon in Leo energy, making a little bit of a tougher aspect with Neptune, who of course is in his place of power in this Pisces energy. So earlier on in the day, we had a positive interaction between these two, really kind of reminding us of the vision, the goal, the dream that we're now working towards. This particular interaction, though, is kind of putting us in a situation where we're being overwhelmed. We just got this huge level of awareness on new passions, new dreams, new goals. And now it's kind of like we want to hit the ground running, but thinking about all that needs to be done, all that we have to change, all that we have to initiate, all that is kind of weighing on our shoulders is very overwhelming and putting us in a situation where we don't even want to think about reality and what is required of us in this present moment in the here and now. We would prefer to live in la la land, again, kind of moving into the visual of the ultimate goal in which we want to be building towards, but kind of give ourselves a little bit of a sense of what that would look like or feel like and who would be there with us. And again, although this is a tougher aspect, feeling overwhelmed and feeling disconnected from our higher self and kind of, I'm going to say, pressurized to kind of get things going here, even though that's a tough interaction, it does force us into la la land, which is a helpful thing, because the longer we live in la la land and the more details we're able to focus on and the more refinement we're able to do in our mind and in our heart space about what it is that we are experiencing in la la land, it's going to help us manifest that particular situation that much quicker. So although it may not feel pleasant, although it may feel a little bit like harsh and overwhelming and pressurized, it is putting us in a situation to have a bigger, greater, grander perspective of what it is that we're actually being called to pursue and actually being called to bring to life.